Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining our Strategy 101 session. For those of you that might not know me, I'm Maddie. I serve as a membership director here at GIOA, and today we're really going to be diving into strategy and what that means. Hopefully, answer questions that you may be having. We just really want you to go into your strategy feeling comfortable and confident and equipped with all the tools and resources that are available to you. So, we'll go ahead and dive in. First and foremost, what is strategy? Your strategy is something that you do once a year, and it determines what contributions you want to make to your team members to offset their insurance premium rates. So, as you may know, when you hire someone in payroll, you're going to assign them into one of these 6 tiers in Chick-fil-A. And then you get to decide whatever contributions you want to make to your team members, supervisors, directors, managers. You can really customize those contributions based upon these job titles. So, how long will these elections stay in place? They will be in place for the remainder of the calendar year. So, if your restaurant is opening in October, they will be valid throughout the remainder of the 3 months of the year, and then you will have to select a new strategy for the next year. Once they're in place, they cannot be edited unless you have a qualified life event. That includes a remodel, transition, you're going multi unit, you're relocating, or if you were deemed an ALE by Unify HR and your contributions are out of compliance. So, what is an ALE? An ALE stands for a large employer. And what that means is that you have 50 or more full time plus full time equivalent working for you. Full time equivalency is measured by the IRS at working 30 hours a week on average. And so, if you have two part time team members who are averaging 15 hours a week, they will equate to one full time team member. If you reach that ALE status, you do have an obligation under the Affordable Care Act to make your insurance offered and affordable to your team. But the nice thing is that we are going to provide you with a tool that will help you decide what contributions you want to make, need to make, and the cost. All you're going to do is select your state, and it will pop in all the monthly rates on premium groups. And it will tell you what your minimum monthly contribution needs to be based upon the lowest wage rate for you to be ACA compliant. So we really tried to take a lot of the guesswork and headache off your shoulders as you're setting up your strategy. But how to access that tool is if we head to your GIOA operator dashboard and select the strategy box, what it will do is actually pop up underneath your strategy tools, and you're going to see two tools. The ACA compliance calculator is what we're going to click for this one. It will automatically download, and once you open it, all we're going to do is select from the drop-down list your state. I'm in South Carolina, so we're going to use that as an example. So as soon as you select your state from that drop-down list, what it will do is spit out all the rates on blue, green, yellow, purple plan, and break it down by employee only, spouse, family, etc. So that's where you will go to see the monthly cost for each plan. But what it will also tell you, if we scroll down a little bit, it will tell you what your minimum monthly contribution needs to be based upon the lowest wage rate for you to be ACA compliant. So let's say in your director tier, the lowest rate of pay you're going to pay a director is, let's say, 16 an hour. All we do is scroll over to the right, and then it will tell you we round to the nearest $25. As long as you're contributing at least $200 when you set up your strategy, you're taking that affordability factor at 9.96% that the IRS deemed for this year. And you're making this plan, the purple plan, the lowest costing non-MEC plan, affordable to your team and remaining compliant underneath the Affordable Care Act, and you're good to go. Another tool that we also have in your dashboard is averages by region. And so to access that, you're going to select the rates by state, and it will pull up this website. It will have your rates by state at the top. You can always access the rates using this, but if you scroll down a little bit underneath that, it will also tell you what operators in your region are also contributing to their team members right now for their strategy. So we're in the South, so I'm going to use the South as an example. We'll click on that, and what it will also do is tell you what operators in your region are contributing for their employees for each tier, as well as break it down by medical, vision, and dental. So this gives you a little insight to know what other operators are currently doing. I think between these two tools, this will hopefully give you a little bit of a baseline so that you're not going into your strategy completely from zero. So definitely two tools that you can take advantage of. Again, they are found underneath your operator dashboard. Another important thing to note, though, is that you as a new operator are actually in what's known as the monitoring period with the IRS. Your ALE status is going to be based on the prior calendar year. And so initially out the gate, because you're not open, they don't have any type of data to determine your ALE status. So what that means is that you can set up your contributions to be whatever makes sense for your business at this time. Now, if you're going to hire, 100 team members out the gate, it's probably safe to say you're going to be an ALE and you probably will need to be compliant the following year. So if you want to set up your contributions to be compliant automatically, if not, the choice is up to you, but just know that that is an option if you want to take advantage of that. For existing operators, please make sure that you submit your historical hours to Unify HR. They are going to email you requesting that, and that will determine, they will tell you definitively whether or not you were in ALE. If you have to make those contributions to be compliant, again, take a lot of guesswork out of it as you're setting up your strategy. So we've been talking about Unify HR a lot, and just to recap who Unify HR is, they're our partner. What they do is they will actually link directly to your payroll through VendorBridge, and they monitor all your employees, track your census, time punches, send eligibility emails, COBRA notices. They work with Benefit Focus to really execute the administration piece of insurance. And so their assistance will help make sure that you are remaining compliant, help avoid any penalty fines from the IRS. Again, takes a lot of that stress off your shoulders, knowing that they are handling a lot of the ACA compliance on your behalf. So to look into what the Unify HR dashboard looks like, all of you will have access to this admin web page, minus a few of brand new operators, but your access is coming. But within this admin page, there's a wealth of data, reports, information from your employee counts, 12-month trend, affordability rates. Any potential penalty charts is also found on this. An incredibly handy tool to use as you set up your strategy, especially for the following year, because down at the bottom, right down here, it will tell you definitively whether or not you are expected to be an ALE and have to make those contributions to be compliant. So anyways, by using this report, you can go into your strategy confidently, especially for the following year, knowing if you're going to be an ALE or not. But just some other things to consider. The biggest one, we've been talking about this a lot, is am I an ALE? Am I going to be expected to be an ALE? But also attraction, how can I structure my contributions to attract and retain talent? Your team member demographic, how compliance and risk adverse you want to be, what does your team structure looks like, how do I want to allocate my funds? So just a lot of things to think about. If you guys ever want an operator perspective, my operator, Josh Malone, he's got 25 years of experience. He's multi-unit here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. He's more than happy to meet with you. His phrase is always, he speaks a little insurance, but a lot of operator. And so if you ever want an operator's mindset, viewpoint into things to think about, things to maybe how to set up your strategy, he's a great resource if you ever want to reach out to him. I put his email right here. Also, Unify HR, everybody has access to GIOA support through Unify HR. You can schedule a one-on-one with them to see how to navigate your dashboard. What exactly does ALE and ACA compliance mean? Just a deeper dive into that. And then also just GIOA support. You guys always have access to contact us at any time, and we're more than happy to help answer questions as you may need it. But hopefully that helped give you a little bit more insight into strategy, the tools that you have access to, and how to find those tools. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help and support you in anything you need. But besides that, thanks so much for joining, and hope you have a good rest of your day.